Let me answer your question. Firstly, on the ordinance, he said when he went out there in the middle, and he said this ordinance ought to be trashed. He also said that, you know, this is something that was his own personal opinion.
Oh,
now,
please,
let me tell you,
responses.
He himself has
Let's
said
get responses on that.
Meeting
and the Prime Minister was abroad and the Prime Minister reacted. No, I'm talking about the process. Responses. Smriti, do you accept that? Smriti,
the bottom line
that line.
Let's
get Smriti. No, we are going to open debate. Smriti.
Mr. Gandhi's initiative has changed Indian
Rahul Gandhi
politics
qualified
forever.
that. Sanjay Shah says Rahul Gandhi qualified that.
Shazia. No, I can tell you.
Sanjay, you will have to let the others come in. This is a controversial point. Shazia first.
Yes, I would. Yes, Mr. Jha. Mr. Jha, it was most unbecoming. It was a complete travesty.
One more point here. Smriti, you are letting that one pass. Very interesting. You are letting that one pass. Perhaps you feel that you agree with Rahul Gandhi and maybe that's the reason you are letting it pass. You let that question pass.
I'm having audio challenges.
You're talking to me, Adam?
Smriti, that reference
Yes.
that Rahul Gandhi made to the fact that a government cannot be run on the whims and fancies of a single person, when he made that reference was to Narendra Modi. You have nothing to say in response? Smriti?
No, firstly, I've had audio challenges and your technical team here has just managed to help me out with it. I think that what Rahul Gandhi says in his interview is extremely interesting on two counts. Firstly, he doesn't have the courage to name Narendra Modi in terms of any allegations that he seeks to make. And he dodges it because he knows that when it comes to a contest between Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi, it's a no-brainer. It is Narendra Modi who shall win hands down, given the public support that he has for him throughout the country. Secondly, what is interesting is that a family which has dominated organizational politics within the Congress party and dominated how the government, which is led by the Congress at the center, is to function itself, today talks about one-man-oriented governance or one-man-oriented projection vis-a-vis the Lok Sabha election 2014. So I feel that those who claim that Rahul Gandhi is this new messiah of the Congress party need to remember that there are many things which have been attributed to him. But Rahul Gandhi always turns up when it's politically convenient for him. You spoke about the ordinance. There's another issue I'd like to highlight. On December 29th, 2012, at midnight, proceedings with regards to discussion on the Lokpal bill was stalled in Rajya Sabha. Rahul Gandhi did not speak then. It is only when the Lokpal bill was passed that suddenly the congressmen who speak for him came out and congratulated Rahul Gandhi for this historic step. Hence, Rahul Gandhi has been politically and conveniently posturing himself is a given and a known fact.
Factually wrong.
Mr. Jha, I'm not going to be that congenial that I'll allow you to interrupt me when I'm making a point. I will only say this, that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, in terms of merit as a member of parliament, in terms of an organizational man, has failed. That has been very obvious in the UP assembly elections that were lost under his leadership, in the Bihar assembly elections which was lost under his leadership. But that is a challenge for the Congress to face. I have said this before publicly. Rahul Gandhi is a challenge to his own party and not to the BJP.
Why does Rahul Gandhi? No, Sanjay Jha, I need to move to the next point. Why does Rahul Gandhi avoid? Why does Rahul Gandhi avoid taking critical responsibility? No, one second. You can respond. Why does Rahul Gandhi avoid taking responsibility on?
Sanjay Jha and Smriti Irani, then we can leave and go.
Sankarshan, 1 minute. Why does Rahul Gandhi not take responsibility? Sanjay, please let me complete my question. Why does Rahul Gandhi avoid taking any responsibility on controversial issues? Anything controversial, duck. Anything controversial, pass the buck. Hand it over to somebody else. He announces in the course of the interview his upcoming alliance with Lalu Prasad. 1 minute, Sanjay, have the patience to listen. And when he is asked, you will compromise your position on corruption. Can you hear me? When he is asked that you will compromise your position on corruption if you tie up with Lalu Prasad, he says party seniors are holding discussions about it. The Congress party's alliance committee makes that decision about new allies, and I respect their decisions. So you are using the veterans in the party. The same veterans in the party who you criticize after losing the election, you are shooting off their shoulder when it comes to justifying your alliance with Lalu Prasad. Why can't Rahul Gandhi come and have the courage to say, a tie-up with Lalu Prasad is my decision? Yes, I have compromised my position on corruption, but I have done it for the political convenience that comes with it. Why doesn't Rahul Gandhi say that?
Well, I'll give you one example, Arnab. There are many of them, but I'll give you one, and it's very topical and relevant. You talked about a controversial issue. Well, it was the issue of Section 377.
No, please don't change the subject. Please answer my question. Please answer my question. Don't change the subject. Don't change the subject. No, don't. If you say no, don't change the subject, Sanjay Jha. I will not allow you to do that. It is a very convenient strategy. It is highly distracting for the purposes of the debate. It means that you are not trying to avoid the question, and it is very distracting for the viewers. Sanjay, you do it repeatedly, and I warn you, please don't do it. I ask you a question on Lalu Prasad. You answer with 377. I mean, for God's sake, Sanjay. No, Sanjay. And I have listened to this for long enough. Now I am putting my foot down. I am asking you a question. Sanjay, please don't test my patience.
No, I'm answering your question.
Sanjay, please. Sanjay, please, I'm requesting you. I am asking you a question on Lalu Prasad.
Okay.
You are answering by saying, you know what, you think that's a controversial issue. I'll give you another controversial issue of 377. Rahul Gandhi spoke on that controversial issue of 377. Please don't test the intelligence of the viewers.
Anyway,
my question here is...
Let me answer on Mr. Lalu Yadav. Shazia, if you don't interrupt me, I'll answer your question.
Shazia, why do you think Rahul Gandhi is avoiding taking responsibility for the decision on Lalu Prasad Yadav?
There's a big difference between a Yediyurappa
for God's sake, Sanjay.
And an RJD which is in talks of an electoral alliance for Bihar. 1 minute.
No, so you want to match a Yediyurappa with a Lalu Prasad?
By the way, in the
Congress,
what
kind of strategy is that?
In the Congress, there is a committee of senior leaders. There's a committee of senior leaders.
Who do they report to?
Alliances with different
Who do they report
parties.
to?
Listen, we have a protocol.
Who do they report
to? We have a process. Mr. Gandhi respects that. We have party democracy.
Oh, please.
Whether you like it or not, we have party democracy.
Any controversial decision, put it on the shoulder of the seniors.
We practice it. And by the way,
you have a lot of people smiling at that.
I think you should raise the valid point of Yediyurappa's party merging with the BJP.
Please.
There's a big difference between RJD talking to us.
Please. Now you know.
Yediyurappa merging with the BJP. I think there is a technical and a practical difference.
This time you have...
and he's only respected the view of the senior leaders.
You know something.
And you can interpret it the way you want.
By the way, this is so amusing that when it comes to the ordinance, you don't respect the view of the senior leaders. You use strong language. You want to tear it up and throw it into the dustbin, the decision of the senior leaders. Yes. When it comes to Lalu Prasad, you respect the senior leaders. With your hands folded and you say, I respect my senior leaders. Okay. This is their decision. I will not interfere with that. I mean, what? That's complete hypocrisy, Sanjay. Shazia is responding. Sankarshan is responding. We have 5 minutes on the debate. Shazia first.
Exactly. This is extremely convenient. Whenever they need to prop up Rahul Gandhi as a prince, who will be imposed on us, he's made to say all the nice things and do all the little, he does a little hula hoo in terms of whether it's the ordinance or the Lokpal bill. So I don't know. It's like not just this grand old party of this country, which is the largest democracy, that we are being held to ransom by one family. I think it's shameful that they have no one else to look to, even their own party members, and that they seem to have no other adhesive to keep themselves together.
Sankarshan,
I think that itself is fairly disgraceful.
Sankarshan, why do you think Rahul Gandhi is scared of admitting that he is responsible for the tie-up with Lalu Prasad? I mean, how long can Rahul Gandhi continue to push anything that's controversial into somebody else's terrain and say, I'm only here for the good speeches, the nice talk, the talk about vision, democracy, inclusive growth, etc. You take responsibility for Ashok Chavan, Veerbhadra Singh and Lalu Prasad.
Because I seriously think, I'm not being facetious, I don't think he has developed into a personality that has the guts to dip himself in, get his hands dirty, go into the water rather than just dip his toes into it. I've just wanted to say one thing, Arnab, since I have sat silent all this while, and since I believe this is a discussion because we are expecting a certain announcement on a certain Mr. Rahul Gandhi in a few days' time, and he has given an interview, my sense is that beyond perhaps the subscribed membership of the Congress party or the AICC, very few people are going to get terribly excited if and when that moment comes of Mr. Rahul Gandhi being named the prime ministerial candidate of the Congress party. That is my sense, and it's a sense gathered over a period of time from a lot of inputs and from seeing a lot of things.
Well, yes.
So there you go.
Okay.
There you go. I mean, why are we even?
No. What is Rahul Gandhi's
pretending
position?
that there's this big unexpected event happening? The entire country knows.
That's why we are having this program
that
tonight.
This inevitability is going to happen, and nobody is terribly excited about it.
Well, I don't know, but the next question after that was, what are your hobbies?
We are still discussing that today.
No, Rahul Gandhi says, I like swimming, I like running, I do meditation, I do Aikido, which is a Japanese martial art, etc., etc. I mean, all that is nice, but I'm sorry, but that's extremely superficial. We're not interested in knowing whether Rahul Gandhi likes swimming or running. The real question is, why is Rahul Gandhi agreeing to the alliance with Lalu Prasad Yadav?
Arnab, if you ask him a personal question, he's going to give you a personal answer. What do you want?
I agree with you. That's why I said at the start.
Whether I like coffee or tea.
That's why I said at the start.
On a political ideology.
Come on, Sanjay Jha. One second. I said at the start, these soft interviews are not going to get anyone anywhere. You need a straight, direct, fairly pointed interview.
That's not Rahul Gandhi's
with
fault,
Rahul Gandhi, where he answers these questions. Let's get a very detailed interview with Rahul Gandhi. That's what we're really looking forward to. Maybe he'll give our channel one. Meghnad Desai, any concluding remarks here? You've been called...
Let me tell you, he takes questions. No, Arnab, you please, as a journalist, you admire one thing about him.
Sanjay Jha has to keep on talking
in a press conference,
unlike a certain
leader.
Sanjay Jha has a weak case,
leader who
so he
ducks
goes
press
on shouting all the
never
time.
Takes questions, only makes speeches
Congress
from
doesn't
public
have
podiums.
an argument, so they go on talking. That is why Congress doesn't let anybody else speak. Congress is too embarrassed.
Go ahead.
I think it's very simple.
Yes.
Rahul Gandhi... Congress has left it too late to anoint Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi and Congress are yesterday's story. Tomorrow's story is Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, and the election will be between those two, and Congress will be a good third party way behind Aam Aadmi Party.
Well, why? What about Priyanka? Why restrict her role? Rahul Gandhi says in this interview very clearly, and this is he says that, I don't know why Sankarshan, you have some specific comments there. She says, apart from being my sister and dear friend, she's an active worker of the Congress party.
I mean, how long are we going to go on speculating about a person who doesn't want to come into politics, just want to dabble on the peripheries of Rai Bareli and Amethi, just wants to attend that one odd meeting? I mean, why should we be speculating seriously and politically on someone who has shown no inclination to come into politics? I mean, what is this? You are falling prey to the same kind of praja politics that you keep criticizing.
Well, this is exactly because so Priyanka Gandhi walked over and gave some fairly spirited advice at an organizational level to the Congress party leaders, despite not being a member of the Congress top leadership. I mean, this is because there is an assumed role for members of the Gandhi family within the functioning of the All India Congress Committee. So I'm not speaking out of thin air. You know what happened last week, Sankar Sen. You know yourself what happened last week.
Fair enough. I don't take that seriously. I don't take that seriously. I don't think that was a very serious intervention in terms of how the fortunes of the Congress party will turn out in 2014.
Well, Rahul Gandhi...
That's how I see it plainly, Arnab.
Sure. Now, is it too late for Rahul to have shown his keenness for the top job? Smriti wants a last word. 2 minutes on the debate if you have a point to make. Yes, Smriti.
Just a small observation that Rahul Gandhi tonight has failed to inspire any reaction from two esteemed panelists, one particularly who has been dismissive of this whole celebration that people in the Congress party are indulging in. I think that is an indication that come Lok Sabha 2014, he'll be equally uninspiring and people will vote for a BJP-led government to come in power at the centre, and Narendra Modi shall be the Prime Minister.
Okay, well, we're wrapping it up there. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the News Hour tonight.